Hello, Craig Birch from Speedway GB. I have here the Leicester captain, Danny King, after the Lions have beaten the reigning champion Swindon on their own turf tonight, 48-42. Danny, speaking on behalf of the Leicester Riders and the management, that was a good win tonight, wasn't it? It was hard fought as well. It was a tough evening, tough conditions at times.
It really was. You know, at one point we went 10 up, I believe, and they called it back pretty quick to 4, and then the pressure come on a little bit more. But we managed to hold on. They're a solid team and they seem to ride this track really well. So obviously really pleased with the win. Shame about the last heat with one of our riders getting excluded, but hey, there you go. That's the way it goes. Of
course. I mean, it was nip and tuck. I mean, that 4-point lead had to be kept for quite a while. What was it? Two or three free frees, and it was going into heat 14. It was still pretty much up in the air, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they beat us here last time, and it was a last heat decider, and they won that and got the win. So we didn't want to take it down to the last heat. So it was nice to seal it in heat 14.
Yes, of course, and ride 15, sort of riding for pride, really, wasn't it? And it looked like your guys, you know, Anderson Piszek, they were going around that bend, they were looking on course to do very, very well. And Piszek, I mean, what were your views on that? Were you watching that nearby, or?
Yeah, obviously it was a shame because they needed a 3-3 to get a point, and we was on a 5-1, so that would have stopped them getting a point, which would have been great. But yeah, they just went for the same bit of track, and unfortunately Thomas came down. So it's a shame when that happens, but it's Speedway. Unfortunately, there's no brakes, and sometimes that happens.
Of course. Was it sort of the consensus among the guys this evening to get? Was that when Swindon won in the last heat here? It didn't seem that long ago now. Was that very much in your mind?
Yeah, it's always in your mind. We know that their riders ride this track well, and they've got a lot of riders that seem to like it here. So we knew it was going to be tough, and we didn't give up. We kept fighting, and I think we deservedly got the win. Yeah.
Pleased with your own performance tonight as well, Danny?
Yeah, I'm still struggling a bit. You know, I'm not overly happy with my fitness, but I'm plugging away at the minute and trying to get things rolling and get back to full fitness as quick as possible.
Yeah, as a rider as well, what is it like riding this track? Because particularly early on, every time the Lions really seem to come flying out to the traps, don't they? And they make it very difficult for the away sides to come back into it.
Yeah, you know, it's we're trying to get the track how we sort of like it, I suppose you could say. It's a bit in between at the minute, but it's getting better every week. And I think we're getting somewhere now somewhere pretty much where we want it. So it was good early on, as you say, and we were getting well. Possibly didn't get as great towards the end, but you know, that's something we need to work on. But we're certainly getting more comfy around it now.
Of course, when Swindon started to fight back, I think again they were really not the 4-2s. Leicester started pulling back the 3-3s and so on. It was a real gritty performance, wasn't it, at that stage?
It was, yeah. I looked at that, you know, we had a run of gates 2 and 4, and 4 was a bit of a graveyard. No one was making it off 4, so you know, once we got them run of gates out of the way, we seemed to get it back and seal the win. So I think gates were pretty key tonight.
Of course. You talk about your own. You're still struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
How is your fitness and so on? You know, what's it been like rehabbing from that injury?
It's been tough. It's been tough, really tough. It's going to take. It's a nerve issue, so it's not something you can just fix quickly. It's taking time, seeing some specialists, and we're trying to speed it up as quick as possible.
Of course, do you feel like the fans here have not seen the best of you on the track this season?
Well, certainly not at the moment, that's for sure. But as I say, I'm working hard behind the scenes just to try and get back to full fitness.
Okay, but there is some real good performance among the ranks as well, isn't it? You know, some of the guys have really stepped up to the plate. Guys like, you know, Anderson Piszek, Pierre, they're really coming to the fore now, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. You know, we're quite a way into the season and we haven't actually done many meetings, you know, with all the rain-offs early on, and we've only done 2 away, believe it or not. So yeah, his track time's not been great, but looking at the next few months now, we get busy, and I think that's what we need, a busy spell, momentum, get it going. Yeah,
it's been frustrating on these 2 weeks before before the team have raced this evening. It's going to be another sort of 10 days before you're back at Wolverhampton, then a return meeting here on the Wednesday and so on. It's just it's these frustrating periods of inactivity that must really get to you at times, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel we're all lucky that we're all riding in other leagues in other countries, and you know, we're all getting bike time. Obviously, it's not ideal because we're not riding as a team, but at least we're getting bike time, as I say. So that's the most important thing.
Of course, victory for Leicester tonight. Swindon went top of the league at that point as well. It would appear so, but ultimately it gets Leicester climbing that table as well, and like you say, when the meetings come thick and fast, that could be the business end for the Lions, couldn't it?
Exactly. You know, we need to really concentrate because you can't afford to be losing at home this year, and obviously I know we've lost already once, but a lot of other teams have as well. So as long as we can nip that in the bud and make sure we win all our home ones, pick up a few points away, we should be there or thereabouts at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's difficult to see Leicester losing another meeting on this track though as well after beating Swindon this evening.
Yeah, that's right. As I say, we're happy with the form at the minute, and I think the boys are happy with everything, the way it's going, the track and things like that. It's all starting to fall into place. So, as you say, a bit of a quiet spell now for the next few weeks, but then it does pick up, and hopefully that's when we can take our push.
Yeah, you'll face a Wolverhampton side who are going to be determined to reclaim that position in top league. Swindon race again tomorrow, so Wolverhampton will first host you and then come here with certainly lots to race for.
Yeah, and Wolves are obviously in a lot of form at the minute. They're flying, so it's going to be tough. But I believe in the team we've got here, and I believe we've got enough firepower to get the job done. Yeah,
they've been beaten here as well, though, not too many weeks ago as well.
Exactly that.
Okay, excellent. Danny, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on this evening. Speak to you again.
Thank you.